Well, we tend to give up easily in life. It is all because we tend to experience a lot of challenges. It also means that for many of us, the faith that we need to have is always at a low, or sometimes at all not in us. And ultimately, it would mean those who have the faith to know that there's always hope because God has given us grace will always be in a position to be winners at the end of the day. You know, very often these days, because of the relevance of social media and how people tend to live their lives showing off what they have by way of extravagance, the properties they have, how good they look in their clothes, where they eat, the children they have, the color of their skin, the liposuction operations they had, how well they are doing or tend to portray. It's making all of us tend to speed up life, thinking that time is not on our side. But indeed, if we have the faith and the grace, knowing that what is available for us will always be for us when we take the right steps to achieve those goals and objectives, then we wouldn't even be in a hurry at all. We wouldn't let social media or what people are doing around us tend to push us around. So this is what I want all of us to resolve to do. Let us hold on to faith. Let us have faith, because faith is what we need to make sure that we have hope to live. Thank you for joining us for the show. The next 3 hours are for you. Make sure that you're always getting interactive for the next 3 hours. On Facebook, JoyNews on TV. We also do have a Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV. And let us know what you think by way of the live transmission that we tend to stream on YouTube. My Joy Online TV is a channel. Today, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, that's not the National Association of Graduate Teachers, and the Concerned Teachers Association of Ghana, they are continuing the strike action. It began as at midnight today, okay? And according to these teacher unions, even though they've had some negotiations and discussions over the weekend, their latest strike action follows a series of engagements with government, the latest being over the weekend, on what they call legacy arrears that were incurred between 2012 and 2016. They still remain unpaid. Now, the three teacher unions claim there seemed to be a lack of adherence on the part of government to their demands, necessitating the move to go on strike. So today, we would want right here on the show to ask some critical questions from the leaders of these teacher unions. And so we're going to have in the studio Thomas Musa. He is the General Secretary, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, and then also the Coalition of Concerned Teachers Association of Ghana would be in the studio as well. Coalition of Concerned Teachers Ghana. Okay, so we have Adokwe Ayukwe Awule who will be in the studio. We'll also hear from the Ministry of Education. We'll stream them into the studio, ask them how they intend resolving the current impasse or crisis, and how that ultimately is going to have a toll on teaching and learning across public schools in our country. Well, if you think that is not going to have a toll enough, this one definitely is going to have. Fuel prices are currently up again, and the price currently at the pump is 5.41 Ghana cedis. It used to be 5.36 Ghana, so 5 cedis, 36 pesos. Now today we're also going to hear from consumers and also speak to the Association of Oil Marketing Companies. Already we know that COPEC has been raising a number of issues. Okay, so Duncan Amwa would also speak to him and get to know what the real concerns are. Now, this year we've had a certain trend of saying or relating the increment to world market prices. But look, we have to do an assessment ourselves. So independently, we will verify what has been the trend of crude oil prices, whether Brent or the others, on the commodities exchange market What does it mean? Has it any correlation at all? Or does it have any correlation at all? And why do we have these increments? So we'll have some justification or some explanation. Depends on where you're coming from. But on Friday, we also do know that, well, there was the Ghana National Best Farmer Award. So the National Best Farmer Award was instituted back in 1984 during the PNDC era to award farmers. And so far, it's been able to contribute meaningfully to encouraging and motivating farmers. Now, on Friday, 58-year-old farmer Charles Jemfi from the Ahafo region was honored at the ceremony that was convened in the Volta Regional Capital. Now, Mr. Jemfi has been farming for the past 25 years. Just think of it. You know, good things wait for those who wait for it. So he's been producing a number of crops, you know, cocoa, main cash crop, cassava, maize, garden eggs, and citrus. He also has other, have some bit of livestock, etc. You know, national best farmers always tend to do that. But we'll be also speaking to him live here on the show. He'll be in the studio, but we'll stream him into the studio and ask him some pertinent questions, how elated he is, but what he thinks of current state policies towards agriculture, and ultimately how that will have an improvement on the lives of farmers. So that's what he won, 536,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah, I love that. And the president, you can see in the picture, congratulating him alongside the Minister of Agriculture and his Member of Parliament also coming in. Yeah, good morning to you. Okay. Well, so it's a loaded conversation we have for you this morning. We'll also give you extract of our latest Hotline documentary. It is titled Dax to Dawn, and this details all that happened during the Bimbela conflict. And so we'll hear from the producer of the documentary, Gifty and Apia, as we gear up for the airing of the second part later tonight. Yeah, for all those who live through those conflict experiences, you will very much so associated with this documentary produced by Elegant, Gifty and Apia. Okay. As you get interactive, please know that we'll tell you the latest sports headlines. AJ, Anthony Joshua, I kept telling you about it, against Andy Lewis, was able to retain his title. You know, 3 titles that were snatched away from him. So now he is having his titles back, bona fide property. The fight took place in the Emirates. It was a good one as well. So it was a great fight. We all tend to watch the highlight as well. We'll tell you all that transpired and tell you how Manchester United went to the home stadium of their rivals, Manchester City, won the match 2-1. Look, great match it was. But Mourinho also keeps doing some good work in Tottenham. And my team Chelsea, unfortunately, we lost. But don't mind me. It'll be one of the things we'll be talking about. But we'll tell you the latest news headlines, bring to you all the stories that are occupying the front and back pages of the newspapers as well, and run up with some great entertainment. Because you know, in entertainment, Cardi B held a show last night or yesterday evening. And apparently, in the afternoon of yesterday, some of celebrities, celebrities in our country wanted to go and see her, and we're just not given the opportunity. But later we had some explanations as to why that was the situation. We'll tell you all that up next. Let's bring you the latest news headlines we have in the studio.